Good morning, everybody. Hope you had a great weekend. I know it's Monday again, but what the hell are you going to do? Hey, if we stay busy this week, weekend will be here again before you know it. Week 8 review. Pretty good weekend. We had some good games, some crazy things happen. Uh, Overall, I thought it was a pretty good football Saturday. We'll go over that. Got a lot of news items to go over, some big stories, of course, I'm sure everybody's heard about. Before we start, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. Let's get started. Of course, the big news yesterday, I think everybody knew it was coming. Florida fires Billy Napier after 4 seasons. 22-23 was his total final record. 12-16 in SEC. 5-17 against ranked opponents. I think I read something also. He was 0-14 against ranked opponents on the road. Declined to give up play calling. Didn't want to give up the play calling. I think he was asked to or encouraged to. He never would do it. So yeah, he is the first full-time Florida coach to finish his time regular season with a losing record since Raymond Wolf in anybody 1946 to 1949. A lot of names are out there for Florida. People are throwing around Lane Kiffin, James Franklin, a couple others. I forget who they are, but they need to get somebody in there. I really thought Billy Napier, I really thought he'd do good. I mean, he's on Saban's staff. Did a good job at Louisiana Lafayette. Just didn't work out at Florida for whatever reason. Kind of a crazy, I don't know, I guess stupid thing. So he beats Mississippi State, and as he's walking off the field, even though he beat them, people are booing him. I'm like, dude, come on. It's probably the guy's last game. Y'all won. Be happy. I got something to celebrate. But people still booed him. I was like, whatever. Colorado State, they fired their coach, Jay Norvell, in his 4th season. He finished 18-26 there at Colorado State. And a lot of speculation about Mike Norvell, Florida State, and Luke Fickell at Wisconsin. The only thing that has been said is Florida State says they're going to wait till the end of the season to evaluate everything with Mike Norvell. Still no word on Luke Fickell. You know that guy's probably got to be sweating bullets right now, but it is what it is in this business. Everybody goes in knowing what they're going to get into. So anyway, but some good news on the coaching side. Indiana, they gave Curt Cignetti an 8-year extension. He'll be making $11.6 million a year. Well deserved because he's doing a hell of a job there in Indiana. Texas Tech defensive tackle Skylar Gill Howard, he had ankle surgery on Thursday, out for the season. They probably could have used him on Saturday. Hey, here's pretty cool right here. Okay, so Division III, Curry College, they're in Division III. Their running back, Monty Quinn, takes down the NCAA rushing record for all divisions. Did this on Saturday. All divisions, I'm talking FBS, FCS, 1, 2, 3. 522 rushing yards on 20 carries, 7 touchdowns. 5 of these touchdowns were 50-plus runs, and 2 of them were over 80 yards. They ended up beating Nichols College 71-27. But hey, that's a hell of an achievement, man. The Division III guy just breaking the NCAA record across all divisions there. Man, 522 yards, 7 touchdowns. Hell of a game for him. You know, he was the hero at the keg parties. Did you watch Game Day? I really don't watch that show anymore. I flip back between Big Ten tailgate and SEC Nation. James Franklin was on there. Says he can't wait to coach again. He says he really doesn't have any hobbies like fishing or hunting or anything like that. All he knows is coaching. He says his championship plan is still in place. He's just going to go do it somewhere else. So his championship plan, it seems pretty good. I mean, look what they got last year. And he's had good seasons there. I know this year he's lost the last 3 and they got rid of him. But he's a good coach. He'll land somewhere, I think. All right, AP Top 25 came out yesterday. Ohio State's still number 1. Indiana's 2. Texas A&M is 3. Bama's 4. Georgia 5. Oregon 6. Georgia Tech is 7. Number 8, Ole Miss. They fell to number 8. Miami fell to number 9. Vandy, they move into the top 10 at 10. BYU is 11. Notre Dame 12. Oklahoma 13. Texas Tech, after their loss to Arizona State, fall to 14. Missouri's 15, Virginia 16, Tennessee, they fall to 17. South Florida, they are 18. Louisville's 19. LSU, they fall to 20. Cincinnati, 21. Texas, 22. Illinois, 23. Arizona State, 24. Michigan, 25. USC, Memphis, Utah, and Nebraska all fall out of the top 25 after this weekend. All right, so Week 8 review. Nothing really happened Wednesday and Thursday, no upsets. However, on Friday, did you catch anything on Friday? Louisville moved to 5-1, beat number 2 Miami, 24-21. Miller Moss for Louisville, 2 touchdown passes to Chris Bell, 36-yard and 35-yard TD passes. Moss also ran for a TD. Miami's Beck, no TDs, but he did throw 4 interceptions. So both teams were under 120 rushing yards. So there you go. Yeah, that game, I flipped a coin on it. I said Louisville can win this game and Miami. However, the next game I was wrong. Minnesota, they are 5-2. They beat number 25 Nebraska 24-6. I thought Nebraska would win this game. Lindsey for Minnesota, touchdown pass and ran for a touchdown. Minnesota held Nebraska to 13 first downs, 3 for 11 on third down, 36 rushing yards. That is unheard of. Think of all the great backs Nebraska has had and just mowed over people and racked up yards a game. Only 36 rushing yards in that game. 177 passing yards, which ain't too good for Nebraska either. 213 total yards, which is really bad for Nebraska. Minnesota defense also had 9 sacks in that game. So O-line did not hold up. Cal, they are 5-2, beat North Carolina 21-18. See if I can say his name. Cal's quarterback, Sagapalutale. 209 passing yards, touchdown, and he ran for a touchdown. UNC, 3 turnovers in this game. Both team under 294 total yards. All right, Saturday, number 1, Ohio State had no problem with Wisconsin. Zipped them 34-0. Sayin, almost 400 yards, 4 touchdown passes. 2 of them to Tate, who had 6 catches for 111 yards. Their defense, 3 sacks, 7 tackles for loss. Held the Badgers to 2 for 11 on third down, 144 total yards. Both teams were under 99 yards rushing, which is kind of crazy for both teams because they both had historically pretty good running games, but not on Saturday. So, yeah, I think we're still on fickle watch. Number 3, Indiana beat Michigan State 38-13. Mendoza for the Hoosiers, 332 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 of them to Savarot. Defense had 4 sacks, 9 tackles for loss. Held Michigan State to 74 rushing yards. 1 penalty in this game for Hoosiers. You know Signetti's happy, but probably totally not happy unless they have 0 penalties. But hell, 1 penalty? I'd be happy with that. No turnovers in this game. Is that not crazy? Michigan State only scored 3 points in the second half of that game. Number 19, Georgia beat number 5, Ole Miss, 43-35. Another one I was wrong on. I thought Ole Miss would go to Athens and beat them. I didn't think it was going to be a wipeout, but I thought they would beat them, field goal or a touchdown. Nope, Georgia win. Stockton, 289 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 rushing touchdown for the Bulldogs. 3 of those passes, which was the tight end Lucky. Chambliss for Ole Miss, 263 passing yards, touchdown, but he ran for 2 touchdowns, so he had a pretty good game. Only 88 yards rushing, though. That's kind of crazy. Kicker Woodring for Georgia, 13 points in this game. You know that helped them. They outscored Ole Miss 17-0 in the fourth quarter. Rebels led 35-26 hitting into the fourth. So they kind of broke down. Arizona State beat number 7 Texas Tech 26-22. Did you see the game? If not, get this. Arizona State led Texas Tech 16-7 at the end of the third, going into the fourth quarter. In under 2 minutes, Texas Tech scored 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion to take the lead 22-19. Then Sam Levitt comes back, works his magic, leads a 10-play, 75-yard drive, and scored a touchdown with 34 seconds left for the Sun Devil win. So, incredible ending there in Tempe. This one, I'm going to go and say, yeah, Vandy is probably going to beat LSU. But then again, you never know with LSU. Sometimes they get that Tiger magic like they did in South Carolina last year and a lot of other games we've seen. But no Tiger Magic Saturday. Number 7 Vanderbilt beats what was number 6 LSU 31-24. Pavia, 160 passing yards, touchdown, ran for 86 and 2 touchdowns. They had the ball for 15 more minutes than LSU did in that game. Nussmeier, 225 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. LSU had a lot of drop passes and penalties in this game. Vanderbilt, 6-1 for the first time since 1950. They only punted twice in this game, and that was in the fourth quarter, which is kind of amazing. LSU, once again, they get down there. They just can't get a touchdown. Too many field goals instead of touchdowns. So Vandy and Missouri next week. And my brother-in-law went to Missouri. My niece goes to Missouri, and they're kind of nervous about this one. Excuse me. But I think it'll be a pretty good game. Number 12, Georgia Tech beat Duke 27-18. Haynes King, no passing touchdowns, but he ran for a touchdown. Daniels, 95 yards, scoop and score off a Duke fumble. I saw that play. It was pretty impressive. Mensah for Duke, though, not a bad game. 373 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. Number 14, Oklahoma beat South Carolina 26-7. Oklahoma's Mateer, 150 yards and a touchdown. Blaylock, 101 rushing yards and a touchdown. Nice for him. Their defense, 6 sacks, 13 tackles for loss. Held South Carolina to 3 for 15 on third down, 224 total yards, and forced 2 turnovers. But South Carolina, they were 4-7 on fourth down, so it wasn't all bad for them. OU, man, they still won, but they had 10 penalties for 98 yards. Hey, UAB, they fired Trent Dilfer, and what they do? They beat number 22 Memphis 31-24. Burton for UAB, 251 passing yards, 3 touchdown passes to Hooks. Beebe, 81-yard kickoff return. Kicker, Dane Lage, 7 points in that game. So, way to bounce back for them. Michigan beat Washington 24-7. I actually gave Washington the edge in this game. I thought they might go out there with a close win, but no such. Anyway, they're both 5-2 now. Williams for Washington threw 3 interceptions, which is crazy. Michigan's Underwood, 230 yards, 2 touchdown passes. Marshall, 133 rushing yards and a touchdown. Defense held Washington to 14 first downs, 249 total yards. UConn, they are 5-2. They beat Boston College 38-23. Fagano for UConn, 362 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, and he ran for a touchdown, so he had a hell of a game. Vereen, he caught 2 of those touchdown passes. UConn's defense, 7 sacks, 10 tackles for loss, so they really poured it on Boston College. Houston, they are 6-1, beat Arizona 31-28. Arizona's 4-3 now. I don't know, man. They're starting to fall apart. They didn't score at all in the second and third quarter. Connor Wigman, 164 yards, 3 touchdowns, ran for 98 yards and a touchdown for the Cougars. Thomas caught 2 of those touchdown passes for Houston. TCU, they are 5-2. They beat 4-3 media preseason darling Baylor. Remember, everybody was high on Baylor back in the preseason. Beat them 42-36. Hoover for the Horned Frogs, 231 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Barnes, 106 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. Bottle, 65-yard touchdown run. Game had a 2-hour lightning delay, but that didn't bother the Frogs. Man, Tulane, boy, they had a close one, but they beat Army by a touchdown to move to 6-1. Game was 3-3 at halftime, 10-10 hitting into the fourth quarter. Retzlaff, 2 touchdown passes in the final 2 minutes to win that game. He also ran for a touchdown in that game also. Northwestern, man, they've turned things around. They are 5-2. Beat Purdue 19-0. Purdue's starting to fall back into the last couple of years. Only 87 rushing yards for the Boilermakers. Had the ball 15 minutes less than Northwestern did. Northwestern, 232 rushing yards. Stone, 2 touchdown passes. Troy, they are 5-2. They beat UNL Monroe 37-14. Outscored UNL Monroe 20-6 in the second half. SMU, little payback there. They are 5-2 now. Beat Clemson 35-24. SMU's defense, 4 sacks, 8 tackles for loss. Held Clemson to 35 rushing yards. Number 4, Texas A&M escapes Arkansas. I said this is going to be a trap game, and it almost ended up being one. But they beat them 35-42. Aggies, Reed, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns, ran for 55 yards and a touchdown. Owens had 2 rushing touchdowns, 3 different receivers caught touchdown passes for A&M. Defense, 4 sacks, 8 tackles for loss, but gave up 527 total yards. Green for Arkansas, 19 for 32, but 256 yards, 3 touchdowns. Also ran for 85 yards and 2 touchdowns. Washington Jr. ran for 147 for the Razorbacks. Razorbacks improving the last 2 weeks. They've only lost the last 2 games to A&M and to Tennessee by 3 points each. So the whole Sam Pittman thing looks like it might be working out. They just need to do a few things, and they can start winning games because they look a lot better than they did. Number 6, Alabama beat what was then number 11, Tennessee, 37-20 on the 3rd Saturday in October. Simpson for the Tide, 253 yards, 2 touchdowns. Xavier Brown, 99-yard pick 6 at the end of the first half. I saw that. That was pretty cool. Aguilar, 268 yards, touchdown and interception for the Vols. Bishop, though, 123 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. Nice game for him. Bama defense, 4 sacks, 8 tackles for loss. Tennessee, better numbers in the passing game. But other stats, Bama came out on top. So Tennessee's starting to fall a little bit. Number 8, Oregon, no problem with Rutgers. Won by 46, 42-3 at the half. Moore, 290 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 of them to Sadaku. Is that how you say his name, Sadaku? Whittington, 125 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. A lot of running backs for a lot of these teams last Saturday had over 100 yards and more than 1 touchdown. So it's like the Saturday for running backs. Davison, 100 rushing yards and a touchdown for the Ducks. 415 total yards in rushing for the Ducks. 750 total yards, period, passing and rushing. New Oregon was pissed and knew Rutgers was going to take the blunt of it, and damn, they sure did. Watch this game, man. That's a pretty damn good game. Number 13, Notre Dame beat number 20, USC, 34-24. Carr, 136 yards, touchdown, ran for a touchdown. Love, 228 rushing yards and a touchdown. Price, 87 rushing yards. Had a 100-yard kickoff return for a touchdown also. Pretty crazy. Notre Dame ended up with 306 total rushing yards in that game. USC's Maiava, can never say his name, 328 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Lane, 111 receiving yards and a touchdown. Not a bad game for him. Defense for the Irish, 2 sacks, 6 tackles for loss, forced 3 turnovers. Notre Dame was 3 for 11 on 3rd down. And they had 8 penalties for 96 yards, but still capitalized on those USC mistakes and won that one. The Holy War, BYU beat Utah 24-21. Bachmeier, 166 yards, touchdown, ran for 64 yards and a touchdown for BYU. Martin, again, 122 rushing yards. Dampier for Utah, 244 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. Bray, 121 rushing yards and a touchdown. It's like nobody had run defense this weekend. No team had run defense. It's crazy. Both were okay on third down. Utah did have 2 turnovers. Mentioned brother-in-law, went to Mizzou. Niece goes there. They were crapping bricks because it took 2 overtimes for Missouri to beat Auburn, 23-17. Both good on 3rd down. Both under 151 yards rushing. Hardy did have 2 rushing touchdowns for Missouri. Defense for Missouri, 5 sacks, 9 tackles for loss in that game. So defense really stepped up for them. Number 18 Virginia beat number 18 Virginia, beat Washington State 22-20. Cavaliers are 6-1 now. Virginia won on a safety. Scored a safety and won the game in the 4th quarter. Number 19 South Florida beat Florida Atlantic 48-13. South Florida's Brown, 256 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, ran for 111 and a touchdown. So Brown was the hero on campus there at USF. Okay, 2-4 Kentucky possibly could have upset number 21 Texas in overtime. Yeah, I'm going to say if Mike Stoops was not their coach. In overtime, Stoops chose to try and run the ball in I think they're around the 5-yard line. Texas stopped them each time. Decides to go for it on fourth time instead of just kicking the damn field goal. Of course, UT stops them again. Field goal, if they made the field goal, which I think they probably would have from that distance, would have put it into a second overtime. Texas gets the ball, kicks it in the overtime, field goal, wins the game. Get this, Kentucky had the ball for 20 more minutes than Texas. More total yards, outrushed and outpassed Texas, which is crazy. You wouldn't think of that. But I'm going to say it, Mike Stoops screwed that team and Kentucky fans. I mean, I don't know why you're getting stopped every time. What did you see that was different to make you think you could have made it in that fourth time? I mean, he needs to tell us. He really does. Number 24, Cincinnati beat Oklahoma State 49-17. Cincinnati Sorsby, 20 for 29, 270 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, ran for a touchdown. 2 of those touchdown passes were caught by Cyrus Allen, who also ran for a touchdown too. So there's some good offense going on in that game. Air Force, man, congratulations. You ended your 5-game losing streak. Beat Wyoming 24-21. Boise State, hey, they gave UNL their first loss, winning 56-31. Boise State 5-2 now. Madsen, 253 passing yards, 4 touchdowns. Riley Carrier, a high 201 rushing yards and a touchdown. Damn. McCoy, 60-yard pick 6. That didn't help UNLV's matters any. UNLV's Colandrea, 215 yards, 2 touchdowns, interception. But he ran for 187 and a touchdown against Boise's defense. So, hey, 4 for 13 on third down. So, anyway. Old Dominion, man, I don't know what happened to them. They were 4-1. Looks like they're on their way to a good season. They've lost the last 2 games. The last one they lost to James Madison Saturday, 63-27. Barnett, 295 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, ran for 153 and 4 touchdowns against Old Dominion. So, Barnett, cheers to you, man. Hell of a game there. We mentioned Mike Norvell and Florida State. They are 3-4 now. Flew out to Stanford, lost 20-13. I didn't see the game, but some kind of controversial there at the end. Something about timeout or penalty. Should have been a penalty. Should not have been a penalty. I don't know. I didn't see the game. But, yeah, something controversial there at the end, I saw. Hey, Oregon State wins. Beavers, man, are no longer winless. They beat Lafayette 45-13, but hey, when you're 0-6, a win is a win. So there you go. Pitt is 5-2, beat Syracuse 30-13. Kenny Johnson for Pitt, 66-yard punt return for a touchdown. Iowa, they are 5-2, beat Penn State by 1. Maryland, they continue their October collapse like they do every year. UCLA beat them 20-17. 3rd win in a row for UCLA. Hawaii, man, they're having a hell of a season under former quarterback Timmy Chang. 6-2. Beat Colorado State, cost Norvell his job, 31-19. Alejo, is that how you say his name, Alejo? 3 touchdown passes, 2 of them to Harris, who had 109 receiving yards. So they're scoring some points out there in Hawaii. Too bad you can't watch all their games like we used to. Southern Miss is 5-2, beat Louisiana 22-10. Maybe Napier can go back to Louisiana and turn that program around. Southern Miss, 2 for 13 on third down, still win that game. We mentioned it. Napier got fired. Buddy beat Mississippi State 33-21. Mississippi State was 4-0. They've lost their last 3 games. Turned things around. Now they're starting to go back down again. North Texas, they are 6-1, beat UTSA 55-17. North Texas Mestamaker, 277 yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 of them to Wyatt Young, who had 102 receiving yards. That's kind of another trend this weekend. Receivers, a lot of receivers had over 100 receiving yards. All right, so some of the top ones in FCS. Stephen F. Austin, they are 5-2 now, beat Nichols 34-7. Nichols kind of started off the season. Remember how good they started off that first weekend they called Week 0? Beat a ranked Incarnate Word, went to Troy the next week, gave Troy a hell of a game. Ever since then, they've kind of fallen off the map there. Tarleton State, they are 8-0, beat 5-3 West Georgia by 35. Gabalis for Tarleton, 268 yards, 3 touchdowns. Nice game for him. Prairie View A&M, right up the road, right up 290. They are 5-2, beat Southern by 21. Southeast Louisiana, they are 5-2, beat Northwestern State 49-0. Lamar, man, give it to Lamar. They are 6-1. But get this, okay, Lamar played UT Rio Grande Valley, beat UT Rio Grande Valley by 2 points. However, UT Rio Grande Valley, this is their first year to play football. They're 4-2? They've only lost 2 games. They didn't lose their first game until last weekend. So, I think it was last weekend. So, for your first year in football, they're doing pretty damn good. But so's Lamar. Lamar's kind of been at the bottom of the Southland Conference. But, hey, 6-1 this year. They're having a damn good year. Rhode Island, 6-2. They beat Albany, 58-17. Farrell for Rhode Island, 333 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 of them to Gaines, who had 153 receiving yards. Montana, of course, they were 7-0, beat 5-3 Sacred Heart, 43-21. Let's see if I can say his name. Montana's K. Ayat. I think it's K. Ayat. I think it's his name. 349 passing yards, 5 touchdowns for the Grizzlies. South Dakota State, expect them. Yeah, they are 7-0. Beat Murray State 35-14. Tennessee Tech, they are 7-0. They beat Lindenwood 52-28. Vesperis, 3 touchdown passes. Penn is 4-1. They beat Columbia 35-21. O'Brien, 272 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 of them to Richardson. North Dakota State, expected. They are undefeated, 7-0. Beat Indiana State 38-7. How do you say his name? Kinu, I think. 113 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns for the Bison. North Dakota, 5-2, beat Southern Illinois 38-19. North Dakota Seidel, 108 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns, and a touchdown catch. He was all over that field Saturday. Dartmouth, they are 4-1, beat Fordham 30-13. Villanova's 5-2, they beat Hampton 56-14. McQuaid for Villanova, 166 passing yards, 5 touchdowns. Monmouth, they are 6-1, beat Stony Brook 49-21. Robertson, 3 touchdown passes. Nelson, 2 rushing touchdowns for Monmouth. Presbyterian, man, they are undefeated, 7-0, beat Stetson 42-7. Montgomery had 3 rushing touchdowns for Presbyterian. Harvard is 5-0, they beat Merrimack 31-7. Gordon, 104 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns for Harvard. Butler's 5-3. They gave Dayton their second loss of the season, won 23-17. That snaps Dayton's 5-game winning streak this season. All right, so, this time of the year, we got Tuesday games, Wednesday games, Thursday games. I'm going to be quite honest with you. There's only one, maybe 2 games in this next 3 days that are interesting. I'm telling you right now. All right, Tuesday, 6 p.m. Tomorrow night, 6 p.m. ESPN2. 4-2 Kennesaw State versus 3-3 FIU. Okay, maybe. However, 6:30 CBS Sports Network. 5-2 Western Kentucky goes to play 4-2 Louisiana Tech. That might be a pretty good game to check out on Tuesday night. Wednesday, 6:30 ESPN2. 1-5 Middle Tennessee versus 3-3 Delaware. 8 p.m. on CBS Sports Network. A couple 500 teams trying to break out. Missouri State versus New Mexico State. Both of them are 3-3. And then Thursday on 6:30 ESPN2 on ESPN. Thursday 6:30 ESPN2. South Alabama versus Georgia State. Both of them are 1-3. So there you go. A couple maybe good games here next 3 days, but we'll see. All right, that is it. We'll be back more than likely on Friday because these games coming out the next few days. Like I said, there's only 1 or 2 that are kind of interesting. Maybe back Thursday, but more than likely it's probably going to be on Friday to preview what's gonna go on Friday night and Saturday, and go over anything that happens in the next few days if it's crazy. Anyway, like I said, it's Monday. It sucks, but what are you gonna do? Man, just keep busy. Week will go by before you know it. Saturday will be here again. Friday afternoon. Stay safe. We'll see you next time.